delighted to be joined today by Amisha Chohan, Equity Analyst here at Quilter Cheviot, specialising in retail. Welcome. We've seen some recent retail casualties. What's caused this?
2017 has been a really difficult year for retailers, and there's three key reasons behind this. The first is cost inflation. So we've seen foreign exchange headwinds because of the weaker pound. We've also seen minimum wage go up and business rates go up. This combined with the fact that people just have less money in their pockets, so real disposable income has actually fallen over the period. And the final point is that people are actually choosing to spend more money on experiences rather than actually going out shopping.
So are there more to come?
Yes, I believe that retailers which do not have a unique selling point and which have negative free cash flow will continue to struggle over the course of the year.
So I hear a lot in the news about high streets and shopping malls in decline, massive decline. Is that your view?
No, I still believe there's a need for bricks and mortar, whether that be on the high street or in the shopping mall. Next, for example, have stated their online sales, 50% of those sales are actually collected in store. So there's a need for the click and collect model. And also 80% of stock is actually returned in store.
So in your view, which areas of retail will really flourish in the future?
We like three key areas. The first is discounters. We believe there's a real opportunity for discounters to continue to grow in the UK, partly because they're underpenetrated, alongside with the fact that consumers just have less money in their pockets. And also we believe the concept of going to a discounter is no longer frowned upon. The second is luxury. We really like luxury goods and they provide a niche area for people to really spend their money, and we're seeing a huge growth in leisure travellers spending more in the UK. And the third is retailers with a strong omni-channel, so they have a strong retail presence, whether that be online or also in store.
Do you think small retailers are doomed then?
No, I think if you have a unique selling point, so if you have a niche product, you have good customer service, and actually you may actually benefit from the fact that you don't have these legacy leases and legacy store spaces, that actually there's an opportunity for small retailers to really thrive.
Is the rise of online the only reason why the high street's in decline?
The structural shift to online has really been driven by three key areas. The first is the advances in technology. The second is the improvement in logistics, and the third is the need for convenience. So we still expect this trend of people shopping more online, but as mentioned before, we still believe there is a need for shopping malls and high street.
So how many people are shopping online?
UK actually has a very strong online penetration, and at the moment we're around 17%, and we believe this could go to around 40% in the next 10 years.
Will retailers in the future be asking themselves, do I need all of this real estate?
Retailers are already looking at their real estate. We're seeing the likes of Marks and Spencer's and a whole host of other retailers actually choosing to reduce their number of stores that they have in place. The key here is the store profitable, and will it still be profitable at the end of the lease in 5 or 10 years' time?
What's your view on shopping malls?
So shopping malls which actually provide a one-day experience, which include shops, cinemas, lots of restaurants, we believe will continue to thrive and are very much in vogue. We're more concerned about the secondary shopping malls, which are clearly seeing a reduction in footfall.
So this is a really complex area. How do you identify the winners of the future then?
As we'd mentioned before, we think the winners are discounters, retailers with a strong omni-channel presence or e-tailers, and luxury goods. And then within that, we'll look at a whole load of different parameters and actually go through the financials and the valuation to assess whether we think that this is a good business to invest in or not.
And do you go out and see these companies?
Yes, we very much like meeting management and actually going out there and experiencing the retail space ourselves, alongside with going to distribution centres and so forth.
You mentioned restaurants. Are they in decline as well?
The trend we're seeing in restaurants at the moment are people are actually still going out to eat, but frequency has fallen and people are going to nicer restaurants.
So pubs have been at the heart of British society for many generations. Are they in decline as well?
Over the past 10 years, we've seen about a 20% decline in pub capacity, and on the contrary, restaurants have grown by about 22%. But more interestingly, over the past few months, what we've seen is pubs are actually outperforming restaurants in terms of sales.
So is retail really tough at the moment?
Retail is really tough at the moment, but I do believe that towards the end of this year, we'll start to see inflation easing off, which will then be beneficial for retailers and consumers. And alongside with this point, I think there's still an opportunity for good retailers who are really engaged in social media, who really understand their client base to really thrive.